Hey everybody, Matteo here. I just wanted to shoot this quick video and talk about illness and disease and how it relates to the physical, mental and emotional bodies and how we get impacted by it, because I've had discussions with a number of clients and there's a lot of questions coming in about illness and why we have it and what's the purpose of it. And essentially I just want to touch on it because there's a bit of a misunderstanding. What we're taught to do in society is when you have an illness, there's something wrong and let me take a pill and fix it. But that's not the most effective or the best approach when we have any kind of illness. Why? Because the body is designed as a system. It's a chemical system and there's other systems within systems, but essentially there's a lot of chemistry that goes on inside the body. And when I was younger, I remember studying science and I learned Le Chatelier's principle, and in the principle it stated that any chemical system that goes out of equilibrium, whether something's been added or taken away from it, when the chemical system goes out of equilibrium, then processes begin to happen within that system to bring it back into balance and equilibrium and homeostasis. So the same thing with the body. If you eat something that's not good for you, your body will start to generate processes to get rid of the cause of the imbalance. So you already have inside you a self-equilibrating system that supports your body to come back to balance and back to homeostasis at any particular time when it's out of imbalance. So essentially there is always some form of equilibrium happening in your body. So when people get an illness, when you have some kind of an illness, what's happening at that point is that there's some kind of mental, emotional or physical disequilibrium happening, and the body is starting to give you information that something's out of form, something's out of whack. So you need to have a look at what needs to be brought back into balance, either in your perceptions or maybe physically in the body. So physical illness, a lot of times, we take a pill and it goes away, the symptoms go away, but we haven't met the root cause of the problem. And the way to get to the root cause is identify what is the cause, what is the effect, and bring those two together. Once you bring the timing of cause and effect together, healing begins to happen, and that's when you start to activate the equilibration process. So that's on a physical level. When we have some kind of illnesses or diseases, it's good to look a little bit deeper. It's good to look at more what is actually going on, either in my mind, either in my psychology, that's causing a disequilibrium, or what has happened or happening physically. People have spots sometimes, and I have it when I eat too much sugar or chocolate or cakes or something like that, or fatty foods, that unhealthy fatty foods. And I notice my body starts to breaking out in spots, and that's a result of something that came into the chemical system. So how does that relate quickly emotionally and mentally? Well, the same way that we have a parasympathetic and a sympathetic nervous system that helps us come back into equilibrium all the time, we have a mental equilibration system. When you have positive and negative thoughts, those are indicators that if you are highly positive, then you start to attract negative thoughts to bring you back into equilibrium. When you're highly negative, you start to attract positive thoughts. So you find people are positive around you all the time, and you wonder why. I want to smack these people. Well, the reason is because they are trying to bring you back to equilibrium on a thought level. When you're having emotional ups and downs, you experience emotional ups, those are equilibrating emotional downs. When you experience emotional downs, those are equilibrating emotional ups. So the best place to be, and we can't be there all the time, but your physical, mental, emotional bodies or systems are telling you, they're information systems telling you when you are in or out of equilibration with yourself or your environment around you. So I hope that helps, just to give you a little bit of a brief information and input around why we start to attract illness, why we have different emotional ups and downs and mental ups and downs, and your thoughts and your emotions are not your enemy. They're indicators, they're information, feedback mechanisms to tell you that something is potentially out of whack or out of the system for you. So I hope that is helpful. If it was, please share it, and you're welcome to subscribe. This will probably be posted on Facebook and YouTube, so subscribe, and I'll be putting a few new things up as we go along. Take care and have a beautiful day.